4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're going to transition. Ready? I think we're all good, right? Well, hey, welcome to Laird Wellness Live. If you tuned in right at the beginning, you heard a little bit of the backstage.
Good evening.
This time I just left the mics on too long, so sometimes I forget to turn them on at all. So better on than nothing. Anyway,
Yeah.
Hope you had a good week. We've had a good week. It's a beautiful day outside.
Fast week.
A fast
Holy
week.
moly.
Yes, goodness. Well, we were in Arkansas last weekend for our daughter's graduation from college, so that's what we were doing. Hope you had fun this week. We want to teach you this week on how to be your own doctor. Now, what we mean by this, if you saw any of our promotional posts and that kind of thing, was that we don't mean go toss your doctor enough with the medical community. We don't mean that at all. Right? I mean, your doctor is your doctor. What you want to do, though, is, there's certain things doctors don't know, just like certain things I don't know. Like, we don't know much about what drug does what, and we don't know about dermatology. We don't know about, internal medicine or how to do a colonoscopy for somebody or how to administer anesthesia. I mean, there's certain things everybody knows, and that's why we all have to work together. And that's what we're saying here. So we need to work together.
Right.
Because, the medical schools don't teach everything natural because you're taught what you're taught, right? And so the medical schools are sponsored by drug companies and insurance companies. And so they're going to learn things that, they're a little bit skewed toward that industry a little bit, and understandably so, but that's okay. And natural folks like us, we're trained in food and nutrition and lifestyle and that kind of thing. So what we can do is combine the best of both worlds. But it's kind of hard to do that just on your own.
Right.
You need some help to do that because you can't just go out and find all the stuff out by yourself because, again, you don't know everything, right? You've got your expertise and what your job is. And we can't do that job. So we're here to show you how you can combine the medical community with the natural health or the functional medicine community, if you will, to get the best of both worlds. And here's the greatest thing. You can actually use all the diagnostic tools of the medical community, which they do very, very well, by the way, and then use natural means to reverse your symptoms and get well. You don't have to go through the medical community's funnel all the way. Your results are your results, and you can do with them what you want. And we're going to show you how to get your results and then come to folks who think more like you and you want to do things naturally, and we can show you how to help yourself as much as you can. Now, you still need your doctor's help if you're under his care or if you're taking a drug especially that you want to maybe want to get off of one day. We can't help you with that, but they can. So if your doctor's worth their salt, they'll work with us just like we're going to work with them.
Not only that, some of our clients are getting their blood work from their doctors. In fact, we have a client in Canada who got their blood work from their doctor.
That's right.
And sent it to us, and we're now working with her and trying to reverse things and working with her blood work, but she got her blood work done from her doctor.
Yep, exactly. All right, so I want to give you an analogy that kind of explains why you would want to do this. Okay, so let's take diabetes, for example, okay? So diabetes, a lot of folks have diabetes. They live with it for their lives. They take metformin or something like that, and we're talking about type 2 diabetes. Type 1 is a little trickier. Yeah, you might be stuck with the medical communities with their drugs and things like that, but you can reduce those quite a bit, actually, through lifestyle and diet. But let's take type 2 diabetes, which is completely reversible. Okay, so let's say you had diabetes, and we know for a fact that diabetes can be reversed. I've seen it reversed in 30 days. I've seen it reversed in 60 days. Take, for example, our program is about 90 days.
Correct.
It's about 12 weeks.
Yep.
And so, okay, let's say you could reverse your symptoms in 60 to 90 days. All right. So let's say you went to get life insurance, which we have done before. And when we got life insurance, we had to get a blood test.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you haven't gone for a blood test in a while, you don't know what your results are going to be. I mean, you want to get life insurance, and they go, oh, you have to take this blood test. And you kind of go, oh, okay. So you take the blood test, and now, oh, Mr. Jones, you, according to our blood test and according to our doctor, are now diagnosed with diabetes.
Right.
That means that your insurance premium goes up here. And now you're stuck with that premium for, a life insurance premium is probably like 10 years. Well, you can go up to 20 years, right? But it's typically for 10 years.
Right.
So now, think about this. You're stuck with a diagnosis. You are now labeled as diabetic. By the way, diagnoses are fake. That's the first thing our doctor friend, Dr. Lewis, will tell you. They're fake. They're a label put on you unnecessarily because it just shows you where you are on the health continuum, as he calls it. Sickness over here, wellness over here. Where are you? And you notice my hand moving. You can move that parameter. So you're not stuck there. So a diagnosis of diabetes doesn't mean you're stuck there. But if you do that blood test with the life insurance company, you are now stuck there. You are now labeled as a diabetic for 10 years with a condition that can be reversed in 60 to 90 days. This doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Why are you paying a premium for 10 years on something that you can reverse yourself? And that's diabetes is just one example of this. There are many, many things. You'd be surprised the things that you can take control of for your own health and reverse them. And maybe not reverse them completely in 12 weeks. It may take a year or two or whatever, but at least you're on the track to making yourself healthier. And then when it comes time to do a life insurance policy, for example, you'll be much healthier. Now you get the lower rate.
Right.
So think about it this way. So like our program, for example, you get a blood test before and now you get a blood test after. We'll give you details in a minute on that. But so now you know, oh, I'm at this point, oh, I've got diabetes. Okay, let's try for 12 weeks. At the end of the 12 weeks, you might say, oh, look, my A1C is now in the normal range according to the medical community. And we're going to get into those normal ranges in a sec here too. But now you know where you were before. You made some changes. Now you know where you're at afterwards. Now you can go get that life insurance policy and know that you're in the good. And you don't have to pay that ridiculous rate for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So this is the beauty of combining diagnostic tools with natural health and doing it yourself. You see, when you do it yourself, when you get a blood test, that blood test, especially if you do it through us and our doctor partners, that doesn't have to go to the medical community. That doesn't have to go to the doctor. That doesn't have to go to anybody. That's your business and only your business. You don't have to let anybody else know about it. So you can get this and go, oh, okay, ooh, I've got some numbers here I don't like. I'm going to take care of that myself before I ever have to enter that world of the medical community for whatever reason I might have to. But they don't have to label me right now, because once you get labeled, you know if you've got diabetes or cancer or heart disease, oh man, now your life insurance, your all kinds of things go up.
Right.
It's just sometimes you can't even get insurance to travel and things if you've got these kind of things, or you're too risky for this, or your health insurance. Right now, your health insurance premiums go up. It's not worth it. If you suspect something and you're relatively healthy, take care of it yourself, and we're going to show you how. Okay, so we are that team that can help you because we have the natural knowledge to help you make you as healthy as possible, and we have doctor partners who can get the testing done for you.
Right.
That's the beauty of it. So we don't just tell you when something's wrong. I mean, we teach you how to get your own results, to read your own results, that is, on the blood test. And we're going to show you a bit of that tonight. This is going to be super cool because blood tests, what was I going to say about that? Well, blood tests are kind of complicated. Not everybody knows how to read them. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. And we can help you read them. And so we're going to teach you a little bit about that tonight. So speaking of blood tests, we're going to go through some of the most common issues that we see in blood tests and show you what the medical community says are the parameters that you need to be in, and then what we say the parameters you need to be in. See, here's the difference. See, they have these reference intervals is what they're called. And that reference interval, if you've ever gone to LabCorp or any other kind of blood testing site, you'll see that they say, okay, well, here's your A1C, your blood glucose over 120 days. And it's this range. Well, if you stay in that range and you go according to what they call diabetes, man, you've already been pre-diabetic for a long time. And so it's sort of like these ranges, they kind of make them wide to make people feel like, oh, you're doing okay, when really you're not doing okay. I mean, you're going to be on a drug sooner or later if you're on that, if you pay attention to their norms.
Right.
And you're going to be, pretty much, You're going to be entering their world if you follow their parameters, if you know what I'm saying. We are much more fussy. We say, no, we want you to be over here. We're a little more extreme. And because we're a little more extreme, you're never going to have to enter that world of being pre-diabetic, or your A1C, your A1C is too much, or your C-reactive protein is too high. Now you've got a heart condition you never knew about because you were always in the normal, according to the medical community. We're going to make sure you're way, way good so you never approach that scenario. So let's look at something that is very common with folks that they don't even realize they have, and that is low vitamin D. Now, I'm going to show you my blood test results that we used to go through our own program. We went through it first so we know what it was all about. And what you're going to see is my blood test for vitamin D, and I'm going to explain it. So here it is. This is my vitamin D, and this is how many nanograms per milliliter. This is a very common measurement for vitamin D. And it says that my result is 57. I mean, that's okay. They say their reference interval, this is the medical community's reference interval on the right-hand side, is 30 to 100 nanograms per milliliter. They consider that, that's the normal range. But for optimal wellness and to protect yourselves from certain viruses floating around the world right now, hint, hint, and other things that you want to protect yourself, your immune system needs a lot of vitamin D. Almost every cell in your body has a vitamin D receptor. We taught our biologic blueprint group about that just recently. Optimal wellness calls for a range of 70 to 100.
Yeah.
So if you're 30, you see they're not flagging anything here. See where it says flag up in that blue header bar up there? Usually it'll say high or low. This says, oh, you're completely normal at 57. Well, maybe at 57, yes, but if I'm down at 30, that's going to be like, woo, that's way too low, but they're going to call that normal, and they're not going to do anything about it. That's just it. They're going to say, oh, yeah, you're normal, Mr. Jones, and they're not going to explain it. They're just going to say, you're normal, don't worry about it. We'll see you next year. Next. And you'll kind of go, oh, I guess I'm okay. When you're not okay. You're opening yourself up to all kinds of things that you don't know about. And these are the things that we can teach you as you go through our program.
And it's not hard. It's not like, some people may be thinking, oh my goodness, we have to try harder than normal with our program. No, some of these things are super easy to do. It's just a matter of taking one extra pill a day that's going to get your vitamin D where it should be, and then everything else will fall into place.
And there's things out there that you may not even realize. Like people say, oh, I've got, and this is the other thing. So the recommended daily intake of vitamin D is like 400 international units. And people go, oh, good, I'll be okay with that. Yeah, you may not die if you have that much in a day. But I mean, put it this way.
It's not going to protect you from much.
Right, it's not going to protect you from much. And you may not even realize that there are these vitamin D capsules out there that are 50,000 per capsule. 50,000. You go, oh my goodness, isn't that dangerous? No, it's what's called therapeutic, to bring you up to the level where you need to be, up to that 70 to 100. And then you can take a lower serving to keep you on that range and keep you in the good.
Right.
All right, so here's something else cholesterol. This is a big one. Nobody understands cholesterol. You actually need more than you think. And I just learned this about 6 months ago myself. I thought I was doing good as a vegan. I had a low cholesterol. I'm going to show you what it was. And also insulin. That's another marker here we're going to talk about at the same time. So check this out. Here's my cholesterol. I had a total cholesterol of 161. And a lot of people might look at that and go, huh, I wish. Well, maybe you don't, because I was actually too low. You see, their range on the right-hand side, their range, meaning the medical community's norms, are 100 to 199. They say that's normal, that's where you should be. For optimal wellness, the high end of that is actually the low end. You need to be around 180 to 280. That's normal cholesterol. Why? Because cholesterol is the taxi that takes fat-soluble vitamins and nutrients around the body. If you don't have enough cholesterol, it's like giving that taxi a flat tire. You will not get the nutrients you need to the places it needs to go, even if you're taking a ton of vitamin D, which, by the way, is a fat-soluble nutrient. If you don't have cholesterol to take it where it needs to go, you ain't going to get it.
Right.
So isn't that crazy? So again, these are the things you need to know that we can teach you. Who knows this? You thought, oh, I didn't know that. How come I don't know that? Because it's not your world. It's our world. Let us teach you this stuff. Here's another thing, insulin. Look down below there. So here's their range. Okay, so insulin is insulin has to do with diabetes and sugar in the blood, all that type of thing, just to keep things simple. So on the right-hand side, they say your range is the normal range is 2.6 to 24.9. They say that's normal. And because I was 2.4, all of a sudden I'm flagged as low. Oh my gosh, I'm low on insulin. Is that something to be concerned about? If I went to the medical community, they might say, yes, it is. Here, do this and that. But for optimal wellness, your insulin level is 2 to 6. They want you to be lower because they don't want you to have all that sugar in your blood, because sugar is a very dirty fuel. It's going to cause all kinds of inflammation, free radicals in your body, all kinds of problems. So the optimal wellness, look at that, 2 to 6. That is a far cry from the high of the medical community's 24.9.
Yeah, wow.
I can't believe that's 24.9. I thought that was a typo at first. That is crazy. So these are the things, again, that you need to know. And so, insulin, cholesterol, these are all things that a lot of people just simply don't understand. And if you see those results on a test, you may not even know what that means. So you need folks to help you out with it. Now, here's something that very few doctors will test for. This is called a neutrophil to lymphocyte ratio. Neutrophils and lymphocytes are two types of white blood cells in your body. And there's a certain ratio that needs to happen to achieve optimal wellness. Nobody's going to tell you that because they don't do a neutrophil to lymphocyte ratio. They show you all the numbers, but nobody works out the ratio for you. So how are you going to know? So check this out. Here's mine. My neutrophils are 3.9. My lymphocytes are 1.5. And the ratio matters. It is rarely tested. So an NLR, neutrophil to lymphocyte ratio, means that it shows you the ratio you need to determine whether or not you are struggling with a bacterial or maybe a viral infection or not. And so these two numbers can actually tell you that. Who has ever told you that? I mean, that's a neat little fact that nobody knows about their own health.
Right.
And very rarely is that ever told to people. Now, certain chiropractors like Dr. Aaron Ernst in Charlotte, he does that. He shows you a neutrophil to lymphocyte ratio. We show you a neutrophil to lymphocyte ratio. So folks who are interested in your wellness, not just your staying alive, are going to show you that kind of thing. It's an early marker to say, something's not right here. We don't know what's not right, but we know something's not right.
Right.
And something, just by taking something that's an antibacterial, antiviral, just a little supplement, can get rid of that kind of thing very easily. But if you let that thing fester, you say, well, if you can get rid of it easily, is it really that much of a threat? It's like a small stream digging a hole in the landscape over time. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little bit, but over time it's going to cause damage that goes undetected until now you've got a problem.
The erosion.
The erosion, thank you. Yeah, so do you really want that erosion of your health to a point where now you've got to do something drastic because you didn't catch it 20 years ago when it was not a big deal?
Right.
So, you need to take care of these things sooner than later. So now, once we have all these numbers, there's something really neat that our friend Dr. Lewis puts together. I want to show you this. This is a chart that he puts together that shows you your risk of certain diseases based on cherry picking certain numbers from your blood test, lining them up, putting them through an algorithm, and then coming up with a score of 1 to 10 to see how much of a risk you are of these certain diseases. So now, something like insulin, where we saw that the medical community was, what was it, 2.6 to 24.9.
Right.
Huge range. Now, you may not think, well, insulin, what does that matter? That's just for diabetics. Well, no, it has to do with a whole bunch of things. And so you really want all your numbers to be in line, and here is why. I'm going to show you something on the screen here. This is Dr. Lewis's algorithm, which he calls the chronic disease temperature. This is something you get when you join our program for 12 weeks, and you'll get 2 of these, one before and one after. So the insulin, see now there at the top row, diabetes. Let's just look at the top row for a second. To determine your diabetes risk score on a scale of 0 to 10, we consider your glucose, your A1C, your insulin, your triglycerides, and your uric acid. So I'm not bad. I got a 0.6 risk for that. Just go down a couple of lines there. Insulin is also involved in stroke risk. One more line down, it's also involved in cancer risk. Another line down or 2 lines down, it's also considered in brain risk. So one little marker like insulin better be in line because it is a risk factor for diabetes, stroke, cancer, and the brain. Amazing. Vitamin D will do the same thing, but this was at the top of the list, and so I wanted to show you this. But vitamin D is involved in many of those things as well. So you can see how you want the little things to matter. And that's what we do. We make sure the little things matter and that they are in range much more than what the medical community says they are. So that's I'm not saying that well, but you get what I'm saying. So we help to assemble the team that can interpret your results. It's sort of like, when rich people have, when they get in trouble with the law, they have their legal team, right? They've got like 3 or 4 lawyers all lined up. They don't have just one guy. They got a team who's on their side because they don't know what they're doing. They need a team to take care of it for them. So we are going to be your wellness team. We have Jody, we have myself, we have Dr. Lewis, we have Dr. Lewis's wife, and we have the folks taking the blood for you. So this is your personal wellness team.
Not to mention we have Dr. Loganskard and Dr. Aaron
all our
Ernst.
connections.
We ask if we can't find you the answers, we'll find the answers for you or refer you to the people who will have the answers. Because some cases are maybe a little bit too hard for us, and then we'll refer you to Dr. Aaron Ernst, who is like way up there.
Right. If it's out of our wheelhouse, we're not going to pretend we know what we're doing, right? We said this is why we all work together. This is what I was saying in the beginning. Everybody's got to be able to work together. It's not, these are my toys and those are your toys, and we're not going to play together, right? We got to help each other.
It's all about getting you well. It's not about anything else except for getting you well and doing your best.
Exactly. So yes, we have the team, and then this is your personal team. You don't have to be some billionaire like Donald Trump or whoever to have a team like this. You can have your own personal wellness team that you can take control of your own health. You don't have to involve your doctors and your local hospital if you don't want to. If you want to keep your blood test to yourself and you want to retain what privacy you've got left in this world to take care of something simple by yourself with a team that's around you that knows how to read your blood test, teach you about it, advise you about not advise you, we educate you on what decisions you can make. See, this is all about you. You make the decisions, and that is did you know that's your constitutional right? That you can prescribe for yourself. You don't have to have someone else prescribe for you. Now, that is wise to do when you're talking about a drug with a doctor, but we don't prescribe, we don't diagnose. We say, here is what's happening with your blood, here's what it means. Now, you're educated, you're a smart person, you decide, and we'll help you do whatever you decide to do. And we're going to coach you week by week. We're going to show you personal PowerPoint presentations. We're going to teach you one-on-one. So what I'm talking about is our Biologic Blueprint program. You've heard us talk about this before, and this is something that we want to really promote right now because we've improved it greatly. We've included more equipment. We've included 2 blood tests now, and in fact, there's an opportunity now to continue after the program. So let's say that you got your blood test done, and there's certain things in there that Dr. Lewis rang some alarm bells with him. And he went, I think we want to test your oral pathology. There's some bacteria in your body, and I think it's coming from that old root canal you've got, or something like that. So he says, I want you to do an oral DNA test. And you might say, okay, well, I wasn't prepared for that. I budgeted for this little 12-week program. What do I do about that? Because I can't afford that. This is what the continuation program is about after this. So now, after you're done with us doing the test before, the fixing in the middle, and the test at the end, you can decide to continue with us, and you'll get a free blood test up to $299 every 3 months for free. And we're going to still keep coaching you just like we would all the way through this. So you can continue. And actually, I talked to somebody today, Jody, that actually wants to do that. Somebody in our current program, she wants to continue. She says, oh, I'm at week 11. We've only got 1 week left. She was looking at her calendar, and I said, oh gosh, I guess we only do have 1 week. She says, well, I can't stop now. I want to keep going. I got some things I got to do. We said, okay, you want to continue? She says, yes. So we're going to continue with her.
She's hit the 30-pound mark.
Yes. Whoop, whoop. Congratulations. You know who you are. Congratulations on your 30 pounds. And she's doing wonderfully. This is a person who really went after it.
She did.
You know, this is what we mean by looking after your own health. We can educate you all you want. We can lead the horse to water, as we say, all we want. We can teach you everything. We can teach you what all your blood markers mean. You can have all the knowledge. But if you don't take that step, you're not going to get any results. She has taken a result or taken a step. She has gotten massive results. I mean, we just look at her stuff every time, went, wow, it's amazing. With her weight loss, with her health, with her conditions disappearing. We recently did a ketone and blood test with her. I showed Jody the other day and I said, this is picture perfect. If this company wanted to show a perfect ketone reading from a person who's only been at it for 2 weeks, this is what it would be. They would probably fake this up to make it look like this. Right. It was so perfect. And this is a person who's doing everything she can, asking questions, taking advice, being smart about her health, being humble to accept advice, and doing it.
This is also a person who relied mostly on packaged foods.
Yeah, she was really bad when we first started.
Yeah.
And so,
she's turned it around.
If she can do it, you can do it. That's what we're trying to say. So here's our new program, okay? We don't mean to hawk our new program, but you know what? This is exciting, guys. You can take control of your own health, and it doesn't take much. All it takes is a little team of your own. Like I said, you can pretend you're a rich person, and you can do this on your own with us and our doctor friends, and a blood test that you can keep to yourself. Here's how it works. So you get an initial blood test and a consult with Dr. Lewis. You get a bi-weekly private group where we do a Zoom call with you and give you an educational session. This is where we do those PowerPoint presentations for you. And then we do a bi-weekly 30-minute consult with you every other week where it's just you, nobody else. It's like, okay, what are you dealing with? Here's what you need to be doing. And just, it's a personal one-on-one. We also give you a bioimpedance scanning equipment. What does that mean? It's a scale that reads your fat, your muscle, your bone content, your water, your hydration. It's amazing, and you're going to get that. You'd also get a $100 gift card for anything at lairdwellness.com because you're probably going to need some supplements when you go through this. You're probably missing something in your life. So we're going to give you a $100 head start towards that. You're going to get unlimited text support. Yes, text support with me and Jody. You can text us anytime you want. Like our friend who's doing so well, she asks a lot of questions. That's why she gets a lot of results. Private Facebook group. You'll get a private Facebook group. You can share results. You can share pictures with only those people who are in the program. It's not a public thing. So if you want to share privately but still get some advice from people who've been through it, that's the place to do it. You'll also get a 20% net referral fee if you talk about it with somebody else. We just did that today with somebody who signed up. And we had someone get a 20% referral fee. And here's 2 more things we're doing. A blood test after you're done, and another consult with our doctor again, another hour-long consult to figure out how you did in those 12 weeks and where you go next. And then, like I said, you might want to continue on with us or keep doing it by yourself. And we're also going to give you blood testing equipment that can check your ketones and your glucose every week. That's the exciting part of it. That is our Biologic Blueprint program. If you want to know more, all you have to do is go to our website, or go to, here it is, I'm going to show you right in a second. Sorry, I got the wrong thing right there. There we go. lairdwellness.com/blueprint. This is where you go to book a consult with me, 30-minute talk, no pressure. Just, I'm going to tell you everything what the program's all about. See if it's right for you. See if you're motivated enough to do this. See if we fit, and see if we can work together. 30 minutes, no obligation, so that is the place to go. So book it now, lairdwellness.com/blueprint. A lot of people are signing up, so make sure you get in there and get a time that you want, okay? All right, now we are going to ask you to switch over to ShabbatNetLive.com. Tonight, Michael Rood is presenting The Breath of God. This is episode 6 in his 10-episode series, Rightly Dividing the Truth. It is a beautiful thing, and so we invite you to do that. Thank you for watching lairdwellness.com/live, and we invite you to go to lairdwellness.com/blueprint to book with us, jump on board. Over 20 people have done it now, getting amazing results. We invite you to do it too. Take control of your own health. See you.